I'm Kevin, and I have 5 boys and 1 girl: Trevor, Brandon, Marcus, Terrence, Titus, and then our 12-year-old daughter is Mariah.
Hi, my name is Paul. My kids are Kirsten, Jared, Garrett, and Elliot.
I'm Mike Erschbach. I have 3 children: Alyssa, who is 10 and a half, David, who is almost 4, and Maggie, who will be 1 in July.
Hi, my name is Sean. I have 4 kids: Beth, Ellie, Justin, and Anna.
So my name is Joe Monto, and I have 5 kids. I have 3 sons and 2 daughters: Tony and Jaden and Jensen, and then my daughters are Joya and Aubriana. We call her Aubrey.
Favorite thing about being a dad, well, first of all, you get to be a kid again.
Jaden and I will make YouTube videos together. Aubrey and I are going to start writing music, writing songs, recording together. And then Jensen, I love going to his baseball games or football games. I coached his football team last year. Just doing life with my kids.
The games we play with them and the goofy stuff we do, and tossing them as high as I could and catching them most of the time. Well, I'm sure the least favorite part is also the discipline part. As important as it is and as necessary as it is at times, it's never fun.
Least favorite part of being a dad would be having to, maybe when the kids were little, hold them when they got shots, and then as they get older, just seeing them go through hard times and knowing that there's nothing you can do.
Seeing my 2 of my boys not walking with the Lord, as much as we did everything that we could do, and that was probably faulty in many ways, no doubt, but just to see particularly 2 of my boys right now that aren't walking with the Lord and aren't interested in the Lord is probably maybe one of the hardest things. So I'd say if you're a dad with a prodigal child, I was a prodigal. I'm sure I grieved my mom and dad tremendously during those years, but my mom and dad prayed for me. And then also something that we've talked to our kids about often is that they're having to make choices, and we're trying to raise them to make good choices. But even in that, they're going to make some bad choices here and there, but it's going to set a direction, a course for their lives. So we were able to really offload a lot of our own heartbreak on the Lord, realizing that just like I had to make choices, so they'll make choices, and God is still able to work and direct their lives in spite of bad choices.
Making sure that God is part of our everyday life, spending time reading the Bible together.
I have 2 adult kids, and I remember when they were kids, just spending time with them, bedtime, reading the Bible and studying together and having them memorize Scripture.
One thing I've done right as a dad, for sure, is I listened to my wife when her strategic plan for raising teenagers was better than mine. My strategic plan was to be super protective and not let them have any fun at all.
I tend to get a little bit too intense.
Being too serious and worrying about the things that aren't really all that important.
I think maybe the biggest mistake I made as a dad was not saying I'm sorry. We all make mistakes. There's no perfect fathers, and we like to think we did the best that we could. But I'm sure my kids would have appreciated hearing that I was sorry when I, treated them unfairly, or they felt like it was unjust treatment, or I was too harsh. I'm just glad that it's never too late to say you're sorry.
So I think for me, if I could change something, I would give much more attention to appreciating the uniqueness of each and every one of my kids, and just enjoy them for how they are as they're growing up.
Buy like 5 or 6 hairbrushes and buy like 5 or 6 fingernail clippers, and then when your kids steal your hairbrush and your fingernail clippers, you don't even get mad. You just go into the drawer and pull out one of the new ones that you've already got stored there.
Work is always going to be there. The honey-do list is always going to be there. And I never can remember anybody laying on their deathbed wishing that they had spent more time at work. The key really is just spending time with your kids and your family.
Well, I always thought it was important to keep a balance in life and not to overwork or overcommit to things, so we could spend significant quality time together as a family.
I need to remember that they are my kids, and even though I may not totally agree with some of the decisions that they make, I still want them to know that I'm always going to be there for them. I'm going to love on them unconditionally, and they can always look to me when they need help.
Be the dad that's gracious, that is kind, and not just not always so much the protector and the discipliner, but be the gracious dad.